following podcast is brought to you by Astro Panda Productions. For more information or to find other great shows, visit astropandaproductions.com or visit the Astro Panda Productions page on blogtalkradio.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Pop Collectors Alliance podcast, playing catch up with Funko News. I'm your host, Rick, and as always, joined by my co-host, Captain Strongbeard, Mr. Piper. How are you doing, sir?
Whoa. I'm doing good. I'm hanging out, and we're about to do a podcast, and I'm super excited for this weekend.
Partying down, partying down, partying down. And as we talked about last week on the podcast, Toy Fair in New York this year, 2018, Funko released a ginormous amount of new lines, new pop. And at the time, we couldn't talk about it because we hadn't seen it yet. And then we kind of tried to play catch up all day on Friday, tweeting, putting things out on Facebook, sharing with the world everything as it released, like every 5 minutes, Piper?
It felt like it didn't ever stop. Like, I would go to their blog and refresh it, and they're like, here's a new thing. And they're like, no, stop. I don't need any more things, because they released everything at once.
It seemed like everything came out way early, and then you're like, oh, that's it. And when I was getting emails from Funko Sales, they had them in waves. And like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And they were titled that. And then some would be in a wave and it would only have 1 or 2 pop in it, and the other one would have 50 pop in it. And like
they were not planning very well.
Their release schedule was just way off. But super excited for what they released last week. And that's what this week is doing. It's playing catch up on all of that news and sharing some additional news with you guys.
We're going to go through every single thing that was released.
Yes,
Wait,
all 192 of them, one by one. As you all know, this is the only podcast on the internet dedicated to returning collecting to the Pop Collector. And anytime you listen to the Pop Collectors Alliance, you are entering the no flip zone. So welcome back this week. And our weekly pickups this week, I got a ton of stuff. And we're going to do an event immediately following this episode. So you're probably listening to this and you're like, we missed it. But you can probably check the replay out on Facebook. But I'm going to go over some of the stuff I got. But I'll just do a small recap now. Lord of the Rings pops. I'm off the mystery minis, and now I'm on to the pops because the new wave came out. So today I was able to get Lurtz, Gollum, and Aragorn. They had that deal. They were at Hot Topic, and these are all common pops. But they had a deal 3 for $27, and I didn't want to buy. They had more in the set, but I couldn't get them all. Merry and Pippin, because I'm like, I'm not going to spend $54 and try to find the 6th wheel. So I went ahead and got those 3. I want that tree beard though. It would be awesome if the tree beard was so big that Merry and Pippin could like fit on the sides of it, like in the movie.
That would be like, and it's just like an 18-inch pop, the biggest pop ever made.
It's like that 10-inch porg pop. That thing's going to be huge.
Yeah. Nonsense.
I think that on a 10-inch pop, you could put 2 regular size pops on that shoulders.
Yeah, but you don't need a 10-inch porg.
Oh, you always need a 10-inch porg.
You need 0 porgs.
I just want to
not even a chase.
I just want to put them all together. I want to get a 10-inch porg, and I want to
put like all the porgs on it
around it, like they're worshiping it, and just
like mother porg.
Just spend a day taking pictures of porg.
Dude, we could do some really cool like photo shoots, but we need to have like only the really like angry ones. Or the ones with their wings spread. Those are the only porgs that we could use, though.
And those are all the most expensive porgs that you can buy.
Be a luxury photo shoot.
Donate them to us. You can mail them to our P.O. Box 150490, Fort Worth, Texas 76108. Little drop there.
Send us all your porg chases that you know you don't need.
Or just send us regular porgs and we'll make do. We don't have to have those. I just want to film something. I was talking to my wife earlier about, man, is this a funny idea? And it came out pretty good. So we want all of your porgs. Infinity War. Their pops weren't supposed to be released at Hot Topic until March 1st. I went into FYE today. I got a Captain America, an Iron Man, a Thanos, which is like a brick and a Thor. They had one or two of the other ones. I didn't get the entire set. Again, the deals that they had, I didn't want to buy too many, but I got the Hellboy PX previews there. Venom Pool at GameStop, which is the Contest of Champions version of that pop. And then the Black Panther came in from Target.
Everybody's Black Panther came in but mine. Explain to me why my Target pop purchases are taking me like 2 weeks to get here.
Well, you know that movie called Borat?
Yes.
They used that little ice cream truck from that movie to deliver your mail. And they just have the bear in the back kicking packages down the road.
2 naked dudes wrestling on top of all my pops. That's why they come crushed.
That's exactly right. That's what happened to Queen Barrel. It came in an envelope crushed because they were rolling all over it.
Oh, God.
But Target's pretty good about getting their product out for the most part. Tonight, Rick and Morty is the last Funko Friday Forever Funko Friday ever at Target. Maybe they extend it. Get yours, or I hope you got yours for that matter. Piper, what'd you pick up this week?
This past week, it was my birthday. I don't know if everybody knew that or not, but it was. And I didn't really pick up anything. My wife picked up a ton of stuff for me. So, I know, right? Oh, it's so sweet. She surprised me on my birthday morning with a ton of pops. So, she bought me all of the Parks and Rec pops except for Burt Macklin, which I'm super sad about. Just that I'm going to have to pay like $40 to complete the set. So I got all those and I was really excited about that. So I was like, yes, man, that's awesome. And then she got me a couple pops that I already had because she couldn't like walk 30 feet into my room, into my studio and look on my wall and see what pops I had. She just blindly purchased them. Like, he probably doesn't have this one. And that's a bad thing to say. You can't say I probably don't have something because I do. Especially if it's newer. Like she got me the old Fraggle Rock dog. I already forgot what his name is.
We'll call him Wolfie.
Wolfie, oh yeah. So you got that, and then something else. Shinsuke Nakamura, but it's a WWE pop, so I got it the day it came out. But she did order me a WWE pop that I do not have. She got me The Rock, which is really cool because Toys R Us was so kind to send me a Chase.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
That's happened to me one time before. And it was Hot Topic when all the Mortal Kombat pops came out, like the Flaming Head Scorpion. I ordered a Sub-Zero, and I ended up getting a Chase on that one. So that's only ever happened once. But I did. I got me a Rock Chase. So.
I had to give you the standing ovation. You got a Chase.
Oh man, I know, right? We need to have a special sound effect that's like just like the Chase sound effect.
The Chase sound effect. Hashtag make us a Chase sound effect.
That's it. And somebody's just we're gonna get the worst, awful sound effects.
You found a Chase.
Womp 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 womp. And like the level up sound. That's what we need. So I got that, and then I finally got my turtles, my neon turtles from the Funko shop, which you said you got those too, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Got those. Sasha from The Walking Dead. That was another Funko shop one that came in finally. But I did. I went out hunting with my buddy Micah, who came down. Hello, Micah, in case you're listening. He came down from San Antonio, or up from San Antonio.
There you go.
And we went out and stumbled into a local comic book shop that I have not been in forever. And I picked up the Emma Frost Halloween Comic Fest and a Mega Man Dorbs Chase.
Wow.
Thank you. Great.
Some production value.
So that's it. That's all. I had a relatively slow week in comparison to other weeks.
And I had the exact opposite. So that's kind of the way that it works. Like the week that I get like 2 or 3 things, you get like 12 things. So we're kind of like yin and yang in here. Not even trying.
Oh, not at all.
So we want to hear what you guys get every week. Let us know what your pickups are. You can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance, or our group on Facebook. You can join it or ask to join it. We'll let you in as long as you're not an axe murderer. And that's a constant theme on the show. But that's facebook.com/groups/Pop Collectors Alliance. Tell us what you pick up every week. We want to share that with our audience as well. So a couple announcements this week before we get to what we're going to cover in Funko news. The first thing is the cost plus shipping that is this weekend. It is February 24th. Man, that happened so quick. It's like yesterday we just did Cost Plus Shipping and we're doing it again. So February,
We blew through this month, man.
this month has flown by. Like I saw the groundhog and I was like, dang, February is going to fly by because
And it
it's
did.
6 more weeks of winter and we worship rodents. But anyways, 6 more weeks of winter. Went by quick because we're staying inside. The Cost Plus Shipping live event will start at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's themed on movies. So I've got a ton of things. Piper, we exchange a ton of things because he's not going to be participating. Maybe I'll get your little mini Piper up and like act like you're there. Like, cardboard cutout Piper. What do we call you? Flat Piper?
Flat Piper is what it is. Yeah.
Hashtag Flat Piper. And that's what I'm going to take with me to Emerald City Comic-Con. But I wonder if I'm going through the airport security, if they're going to be like, sir, did you know that you have a cardboard cutout of a grown man in your suitcase? Yes.
Hey, it's a little cardboard cutout. Thank you very much.
A little one. A little tiny guy. They can fit in a carry-on. That's about the size it's going to be. That's perfect size.
I'm a little paper doll.
And everybody's going to take selfies with it. Even people I don't know. They're just going to be like, hey, take
You're
a
just gonna
selfie.
run up to me, you're like, hold this, please, and then take a picture and then run away.
It's not a selfie if I take it for you. No, it is. Anyways, but yes, hashtag Flat Piper on that. The live pop swap is February 24th, earlier that day, Saturday, from 12 to 5 p.m. We're going to have tons of raffles. And again, all the proceeds go to it. Great calls and great people are going to be there. So if you want to, you can go to, I think it's on our Facebook page, the event that we shared a while ago, but maybe we'll put it up last minute if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area and want to join us. Patreon. I'm not going to beat this to death here because we're going to do a little special short episode.
A vidya.
A vidya. Is it going to be a vidya? Yeah.
The thing we do after this will be a video, but
maybe I
think
can
we're
pull
gonna
audio
do a
from
little. We're gonna do a little audio segment.
So you guys can hear because we put some surveys out for people that have signed up for it, got some questions, and we kind of want to put everything into perspective, and we don't want to use a lot of showtime for doing this. Don't need to beat it to death, but it will go live February 24th. February 24th will be a day marked in the history of the Pop Collectors Alliance podcast.
It's a day of reckoning, is what it is.
It's the day of wiping everything from the face of the earth and starting anew with Pop. All right, last week we did a special code. I'm going to continue that code. We've got a couple people in here. So if you're listening to this and you didn't enter, man, I feel bad for you because there's only a few people in this drawing. It's a special code for our Cost Plus Shipping live event that only listeners can enter. It will be drawn before anything else. So if you don't want to stay and wait for us to go through the whole Cost Plus Shipping, no worries. It will be drawn right away. All you have to do is email us the word popcorn and your name to info@popcollectorsalliance.com. There's limited to 1 entry per person. But man, it's our first special code for listeners. So be the first one to win this, Pop, and you'll go down in the day of Pop Collectors Alliance history. What are we going to call that day?
The day of reckoning.
Oh, that's what it is? That's the official name?
This is what it is. It's the day of reckoning. The day that we give away a Nick Morton pop.
You have one of those?
Yeah, let me just I will just pull it from my pocket.
I will just purchase this $350 pup and give it
very
away
quickly and then just give it away.
My taxes is coming in.
Yeah, you know what? No, my taxes is going out. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I see it as it goes by. Anyways, so email the word popcorn and your name to info@popcollectorsalliance.com. That will enter you into our listeners only drawing that will be held at the beginning of the Cost Plus Shipping live event, Saturday, February 24th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we want to see you there. We want to see you there.
Do you notice that anytime we have a giveaway, I always announce that it's going to be the most obvious thing that it's not?
Yes, I was going to say something.
Every single time.
That is totally the trend that you have is like, hey,
Dude, I think that's the draw. I think people think that maybe it is gonna be the things I say.
they're like, oh, maybe. And they show up and it's Crossbones. And they're like,
It's unmasked crossbones. It's half unmasked crossbones.
there you go. And they're like, what? Where's Nick Morton? And you say,
wait, we gave that away already. You're too late.
got him. And then they immediately drop off. But no, it's going to be a great drawing. It's going to be a good event. There's tons of stuff that I still have to go through, but I know I got great stuff for this one. And then following that, our next live event will be in March, and that is animation themed. So animation, Funko Pop animation themed. And that's the bulk of my collection, people. That is what I have the most of
really?
and the best of. Yeah. Well, the best pops, at least, to do for cost plus shipping. A lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff out there like that. We're going to do it good for you for the animation coming up in March. Had to do the news theme for the news.
Did you play the sound effect because this is news?
Yeah, this is news. Dude, the production value is next level now. I should just put some crazy like house music in the background so we can talk over it. That would be the
Like
perfect
nonstop.
edition.
It's just like we're having a rave from 1997.
I was doing it while you were talking.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
And just talk over that. Everyone would hate us.
We would our listenership would increase 19-fold.
Oh, so that's what we need to do then. Next week, tune in to the Pop Collectors Alliance House Music Cast.
We're gonna listen to house music real loud so you can barely hear us talk.
And we're not going to say anything about pop. We're just going to dance around, and you'll see us on video.
So it's not going to be a podcast at all.
It's going to be a fun cast.
It'll be a fun cast. That's right.
The Funko Funcast.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Wink,
I think
wink,
that's
wink.
infringing on something.
No, we're not infringing on anything. We're not using it to make money. We're just talking about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
We need to do a segment on that too, like covering it, or do something on the website for that, because there's a lot of good information in that. So check that out if you don't already. It's something that you can listen to driving to and from home after you listen to our episode each week. It's a good supplement to the grade A material that we have here. Just kidding, guys. But seriously. The news this week. Toys R Us.
Wait, why do we always have to bash on Toys R Us?
Tisk, 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 tisk. I don't want to bash on Toys R Us.
You're out for blood.
No, and it's a negative thing. And unfortunately, this is a real negative thing.
Why can't Toys R Us do a good?
It was surprising to me, but not surprising to me. Hashtag no politics on the podcast. Shout out to Matt. Toys R Us is considering closing an additional 200 stores. They were also given the okay last year to pay executives bonuses if they hit their holiday targets, which was beginning at a $16 million tier. And this is for 17 people, is the target audience of the vice presidents or whoever's there. 16 million up to 32 million, depending on that performance. Luckily, they didn't hit that goal for them to close stores and pocket 16 million. And I'm not wishing bad on Toys R Us, but come on. I just don't get the logic behind, I'm going to perform poorly, but I'm going to get $16 million. Not doing
If somebody waves $16 million in front of your face, you would just be like, okay, sure, let's do that.
And I'm going to put all these people out on the street.
They'll get a severance package, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's great. What's a severance package there? I mean, I'm sure it's
At
not
Toys R
great.
Us?
No.
Here's an old Skylanders figure and a bucket of Barbie heads. Thanks for working at Toys R Us. Hope you do better at your next job.
Don't worry, you can keep your Toys R Us t-shirt. And I'm not making fun of these people that really are losing jobs. It's just sad to see a company do this. Now, take a step back, pull myself outside of the box. I'm outside of the box. I can understand wanting to give people bonuses if you could turn the company around. But until there's proof in the pudding, the proof is in the pudding. I ain't going to give you money, man. There's no way I'm going to provide you with money because you do one holiday season good. I mean, is it really that hard to sell toys during a holiday? And they still didn't do it very well. And that's why they're considering closing 200 more stores. Oh, you want the cherry on top? Oh, the cherry on top is they received $8.2 million in retention bonuses right before they filed bankruptcy. And now, I'm not victimizing someone for going out there and making lots of money. I look at this from a business standpoint. If I am a failing business, I don't need to pay people to retain them. If my top executives have been there since 2015 and sales have just fallen through the roof, they lost $330 million in the first half of 2017 and $1.8 billion since they last reported any profits 5 years ago. What's up with that?
I don't know what is up with that. Toys R Us, get your act together.
Get your toys.
Don't ruin my favorite place to go on the weekend. That's sad.
I just want to be a Toys R Us kid.
I think that's the generation though. You're gonna kill my inner child with your bonus giving and your retention having. Just get it together.
Get it together, my friends, and do something for your customers. Do something. I don't know how to fix the problem. Obviously, I'm not an executive getting $8.2 million in retention bonuses, but with 200 more stores potentially being axed, man, they're running out of stores. I think the article that I read, it was on CNN Money. It said that they had 1,600 total stores in the U.S., and I think that's Toys R Us and Babies R Us combined. You just need to axe Babies R Us, right? I think that would be a good decision, honestly. Because I don't know the last time that I bought baby things at Babies R Us because they're way expensive. Yeah, and I think a lot of people buy a lot of things off the internet now. I mean, Amazon or Walmart. I mean, if you got to buy something local, you got to buy baby things. You go to Walmart, you go to Target. I'm not saying go to Walmart, but you can, or you go to Target or like any other number of stores and get it for, 60% cheaper. Yeah, then I get why Toys R Us, why their toys are more expensive, because there's no brick and mortar in direct competition with them. So they can literally charge whatever they want to because it's a luxury at that point. But Babies R Us, you could probably think in Fort Worth, there's probably 100 different stores that are going to sell baby things. Even where I live, smaller market, we still have tons and tons of baby stores. So, I mean, there you go. That's the lowest hanging fruit. Just swing the sickle. Yes. Kill the babies. Kill the babies, keep the toys. You like it? Kill the babies are us. Keep the toys. That's it. All right. I just saved you. Where's my $8 million retention bonus? My good thinker paycheck. Yeah. So the writing may be on the wall. I was hoping this could be a Domino's story for Toys R Us. Like Domino's revitalizing the brand. Like new crust? Yeah. New crust and not ketchup sauce. Man, I want some Domino's. There you go. Now I put that in your mind. You're welcome very much. I'm going to go get some. At 12:38 at night. While I'm recording the podcast. Hold on, guys. I will be back. Throws the headphones down, runs outside. Bots everywhere, and not a pop to drink. And I try to find a better word to drink, but I get that, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. So I was like, I liked your euphemism. You like the play? Is that a euphemism? Did I use that word correctly? Yeah. English is not my first language. You're substituting it for being thirsty. Yeah. So yeah, okay. There you go. Correct. Correcto mundo. You're thinking about that Domino's and it's just making you think like straight. It's like, I have to think straight. So bots. But what do we mean by these bots? We mean there are evil people on the internet that are taking advantage of retailers, and they are using magical computer scripts to automatically purchase huge quantities of products before the average consumer gets to buy them. And that is the description of North Korea's economy. No, it's all people in the US. I know, it's just funny. This has been going on for a long time. Since there was buying things on the internet, there have been people that are using bots to purchase stuff. Probably the worst offender of this
is going to be Supreme. Okay, not pop related, but this is the closest thing I can correlate here. Do you know what Supreme is?
Yes, Supreme is a company that buys a bunch of stuff, puts their logo on it, and then does a limited release, and people jump out of their houses to get the stuff.
Fancy sports shoes is a lot of what they sell. And there's a huge market for people buying up Supreme releases. They'll buy as many as they can afford, and then they'll throw them up online for 10 times what they're worth. Well, that's not exactly happening with pops, but you guys have seen. You go on eBay, you see guys that are scalping that have I can't even think of a good example. But
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger, that's a good one. Or James Gunn. Okay, James Gunn would probably be like the ultimate, right? So people going in, even though it was a limit one per person, somehow some people ended up with 15. And this, how much was
50,
he going for?
50. He went for. No, he wasn't going for $50. One guy got, I think, 50 pops.
Yeah, but he was going for like $200, right?
Yeah, $200-$300.
Okay, and some people magically somehow were able to purchase 50 before they sold out. Well, there's no way a human can do that. It's just not physically possible unless you have 50 computers around you and you're just firing off, and your mom and your uncle and then the dog sitter is over there and everyone's buying up the James Gunn pops. No, you're using a program to do that, and it is unfair to the consumer. It's such a heartache for us because we just experienced this the other day.
You're talking about Walmart, right? That's where it was.
Yeah, I'm talking now. I'm back. I've made full circle at Walmart.
So everyone who knows about Walmart and their pops, they sell out immediately. And the rumors are that people are using bots. There's no CAPTCHA little thing that you got to click. Yes, I am a human. So it validates that you're not a bot on there. So it would be an easy way to purchase a large amount of pops via bot. But a lot of people were speculating that people were using bots for this. I don't know. This is more of a general topic that says, hey, if something sells out in 15 seconds, it's normally not just a bunch of people everywhere trying to get it. It very well could be for the later runs of it.
I don't think it is because it's at weird times. Walmart doesn't announce when they release these things. Like, it's just like, oh, you have to be there at the opportune time. You have to be sitting on the product page, refreshing, just hoping, oh, maybe they're going to release it today, or have some kind of a notification whenever the product comes up. Then you're just like, oh, jump on there. It's not feasible to sell a huge quantity in 5 seconds.
I personally believe that there's people out there that do that, though. I mean,
no, I know.
Or there's some like slave person living in someone's house, and they specifically pay them $2 an hour to sit at their computer and just hit the refresh button all day. I'm
not gonna say that that's not a thing, because I'll keep up. Like, if I know a roundabout time when a pop is going to be released based on hearsay or based on something the company has said, or customer service person leaks some information or something like that, I'll keep the page up and every refresh it whenever I think about it, or sit there for a couple minutes, refresh, hoping it comes up. But not everybody is like that. Not everybody has the time to do that. We have the luxury of the fact that our 9-to-5 job is us sitting in front of a computer, so we can do that. Not everybody can do that. And I don't think that there's enough people that should be able to buy out 7,000 pops in 5 seconds. That you're on a weird time release. Like, oh, this is going to release at 1:43 in the afternoon. I hope you're on Walmart's website on the right page at the right time. This is just not it. Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. There you go.
There you go.
Transition.
What's the most reasonable thing? The most reasonable thing is there's somebody that's using a program to buy up these things, and they're going to end up on eBay in the next day.
And that's what I'm basically talking about here is the glow-in-the-dark Samazu, the Black Panther Walmart exclusive, the Mad Max Walmart exclusive, the Stan Lee Walmart exclusives that all went up and down, up and down, up and down, sold out in seconds. It's that type of occurrence that makes you think that. And from the Pop Collectors Alliance perspective, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get pop in your hand. Now, we can buy extra of these things ourselves and put them up in giveaways and our live cost plus shipping events. And we try to do as much as that as we can. However, we're limited to what we can even get ourselves. So we want to be able to empower you with the ability to get these items that you're looking for. And the best way I know how to do it is this. If you want to combat a bot, now a bot will buy maybe 100 pop in, I don't know, let's just say 10 seconds. Let's say that the time you have is 10 seconds when something goes in to get your order in and get out. What can you do to give yourself the greatest chance for success? Well, what you can start out doing is logging into any website. In this case, it's Walmart. You want to go on walmart.com, set up an account so that it's one click. It's not really one click like Amazon, but it's 5 clicks, I think it is, to check
It's
out.
a couple clicks.
So you go in, you set up your address, you set up your payment method, and then when you add it to your cart, it immediately says checkout. You click checkout, you click continue, verify, checkout. Bam, it's done. I would suggest that you set up even a Walmart store to deliver to the store because it'll come near your house and it won't cost you any shipping. I know that you can get it sent to your house, but I just don't know. Do you trust Walmart or the post office? That's like playing Russian roulette there. So either way, the boxes that they ship it in aren't the most sturdy. So you're running that risk. But either way, it's 5 clicks. It takes about 8 seconds to do. And most of the time you'll get the pop that you're looking for. And this is really the only way outside of going and getting a bot yourself, which I don't think that anyone that listens to this podcast would do. That's how you combat it. That's how you beat it.
I'll say it, even if you wanted to go out and like get a bot to do this, it's not the easiest thing to find. They're not readily available at the bot store. Okay. You're going to have to do some digging and some research. And it's not worth your time. Like, let's just leave it there. Go about doing things the right way.
And that's what we try to do.
Wait up with this, hang out. Whenever something comes out, we'll buy it together and we'll have a good old chat.
Yeah. And the big thing here, the takeaway is prepare yourself. And that's what we try to do at the Pop Collectors Alliance. That's what we do with Patreon. That's what we do with all of these things. We dedicate ourselves to getting the pop that you really want to get into your hands for the lowest cost possible to you. And we help you in doing so by giving you tips, tricks, everything that the experts do out there, all of our strategies, and it will enable you not always to win against bots, but it would curve the odds a little bit more into your favor of getting the items that you need. So just beware out there, buyers. Make sure that if you know when a release is going to come out, not always do you know when releases come out. But if you know it's coming out, like say for Target tonight, you know the release is happening, be prepared. Have a quick, speedy checkout thing. All of your payment information saved, so you get 3 or 4 clicks in and you're done, and you walk away from it. I think that's
really good information to be giving everybody right now, especially with Emerald City Comic Con right around the corner and all of the pop-up shop releases that are about to happen. So this would be a good time for you to put that into practice.
And with the Funko shop, Amazon Pay is what they use on there.
Yes.
I suggest everyone set up an Amazon account, get Amazon Pay, because from there it's like 3 clicks. As long as everything goes through Amazon pretty well. But for me, it typically does a good job of it. So sign up at Amazon. You can use Amazon Pay. You can go into the Funko shop and save your information on that Amazon Pay so that when you go and log in, it saves it there and you can log in immediately. I recommend that you do that. It's 3 clicks away.
Yeah, it's literally like Amazon Pay. Is this your address? Buy.
Bam. And you got
Done.
pop in your pocket.
Well, in like 7 to
27 days.
You're gonna wait 3 months, but eventually it'll come to you crushed.
When they do, well, Funko does a great job.
I'm talking more Target, but
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
Funko they do a very good job of getting stuff to you undamaged. You might get little scratches here and there, but that's probably warehouse problems. That's not like, oh, we don't know how to package things. They're not going to be like the guys at Secret Stash and where they jammed my pops into 2 pops into a box.
Were they damaged though?
One of them had a little tear on the bottom, and they were kind of like tops and the bottoms were bulging. yeah, they kind of screwed me on that. But that's another story for another day.
But speaking of which, I went back, listened to the last episode, and I said that it wasn't Fat Man. In fact, the Kamikaze Pop was a Fat Man Pop. And
oh, look at that.
Piper was right on that one. And they just replaced the sticker. So
good job. I'm glad that there's a new sticker on this pop that
I'll
I
take
paid too
it.
much money for.
I love Kevin Smith.
I do too, but not that much.
I do. I love him with all my heart and soul.
You could pass as like Kevin Smith for Halloween.
There, let's do it. So
well, I am definitely not. I'm not Silent Bob. I mean, I'm not Jay. Oh man, I'm tired.
Have you seen Clerks 2?
A long time ago I did.
Yeah, where he's like standing naked and he's doing recreating the scene from.
I do remember that from Silence of the Lambs.
You could do that. We could do a video of that.
I am not going to do that video ever.
So,
well, not for you. That's a Patreon exclusive.
You have to pay me to take off my clothes. Hashtag, you heard it first here. Hashtag Piper Nude. Piper Nudes.
Not hashtag Piper Nude.
Piper Nudes.
Nobody wants to see that on the internet.
Well, anyways, we want to also wrap up the news segment here with congrats to Funko on winning the People's Choice Award at Toy Fair 2018 for Mystery Minis. Now, they didn't win Toy of the Year. Fingerlings got that. Is that what those things are called? Fingerlings?
That's the biggest joke in the world. Oh, that's not a toy. It's a finger puppet.
It's a Fingerlings. It's a little finger puppet. It's a little tiny monkey that you rub its head when it's on your finger, and it goes, ugh. And everyone went out and bought it. Like last year, it was a creature that cracks out of an egg, and this year,
Hatchinimals.
Yeah, this year it's something that sits on your finger.
Well, I mean, seriously though, let's be serious for a second. Funko's not going to win that because what new thing did they come out with? Nothing. It's Pops, it's Dorbs, it's Mystery Minis. Now it's Hero World, and they got Rock Candy. They're all essentially variations of just a statue. That's what we like. We collect statues. That's what it is. That's not a new thing.
Well, and I think that
1,000 years ago.
Yeah, and I think that the reward is reserved for the hottest toy of that year almost. I mean, it's got to be. And
it's okay, so if we say hottest toy, that's very difficult to argue that anything right now is hotter than Funko because look, they have been going strong for a good while. They have not died out.
Bandai is up there.
Dude, I'm not arguing that, but I'm saying Funko is definitely a major contender. They should be every year for the hot thing because they have been the hot thing for a really long time.
Yeah, I agree. But
I'm excited for it. That's why we're clapping.
And that's why they win the People's Choice Award,
Yeah.
So congrats to you, Funko. I want to say one last thing before we close out announcements. And I said this is going to be a short episode, so I got to stick to it and make sure that this is a short episode. I want to say I'm going to start a movement. And you guys think, what's Rick talking about? A movement.
He's talking about the bathroom.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have a funny story on that from yesterday, but I'm not going to talk about that on this podcast. But I could.
That's for Patreon.
That's for Patreon. Patreon exclusive.
That's for nobody.
That's for no one. No one wants to hear that story. But anyways, I want to start a movement. Now, think about all the great movements in the world. Let's think about them for a second. But I want to start a movement. Now, I'm not taking away from any of these other movements. And I want people to join me in this because this movement means a lot to me personally. And I hope for you guys, it means a lot to you. Because there comes a time in everyone's life where you hear that voice down deep inside and you think, yes, I have a voice and I need to talk about something. Well, today, I hope that all of you out there listening to this podcast can rejoice and join with me in saying that I am now announcing the movement of 2018 to make Noob a Funko Pop.
I don't know why it hasn't happened.
And you could join me in...
Are you going to start like a change.org petition?
No, I'm not going to start a change.org petition, But I am going to encourage all of our listeners to go to Facebook, to go to Twitter, and type in what I'll put it in the show notes, and I'll put it up on our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook page, and our Facebook group so everyone can join me in this amazing, incredible movement. Now, I know that's all a joke. Don't think I'm comparing this to women's rights or anything like that. That's stupid. I just wanted to make light of Noob Noob because everyone loves Noob Noob. I mean, hashtag Noob Noob is the best. You need to go to Funko and you need to tell them, Funko, we have joined the Pop Collectors Alliance movement. For example, you go to Twitter and you say at Original Funko. We have joined at Pop Alliance Pod in their movement to make hashtag Noob Noob a Funko Pop, and do that every day at the same time when you wake up in the morning, and eventually this movement will catch fire. And we will see that cross-eyed creature in 3.75-inch Funko vinyl. Are you joining the movement, Piper?
I am. You have no idea how hard it is to not just blurt out his catchphrase.
Yeah, dang. That's all I can say. I'm not going to say the full thing on there. But Noob Noob is the man. I'm telling you. Piper may sound less than enthused, but don't take his lack of enthusiasm.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I really, I promise.
I'm super excited.
It's just late.
Super stoked. But join me in this movement, everyone. Tweet. Hit him up on Facebook. Any social media app that you can find. Make sure you tag the Pop Collectors Alliance in it and let Funko know we demand a Noob Noob Pop. San Diego Comic-Con 2018, even though they might not be able to do it. Then we'll settle for...
I don't think they can squeeze that in there.
We'll settle for New York City Comic-Con. We'll settle for NYCC if we can't get SDCC. So be a part of that great movement. Be a part of everything that we do here at the Pop Collectors Alliance. I hope you were inspired by my speech I gave you to join the Noob Noob movement. It's official. It begins today. Days before the day of reckoning, the Noob Noob moment has begun. Begunded. Exactly. It has begun now. The Noob Noob movement. Everyone.
Should we shorten that to just the Noob Noobment?
Noob Noobment? No one would get the Noob Noob movement. Tongue twister tied. You can follow everything that we do on Twitter, Instagram, at Pop Alliance Pod. We need to get that Twitter action going. That's one thing we lack. If you follow us on Facebook, now follow us on Twitter too, at Pop Alliance Pod. Follow us on Instagram, at Pop Alliance Pod. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance. Join our group. All you got to do is request. Me and your boy Piper will just let you right in the door as long as you're not an axe murderer.
Also, don't be creepy in your Facebook picture because I don't trust you. And I'm like, who's the Ghostbusters? Who is the gatekeeper? Thromble Zubel? Who was it? I don't
Zool.
Was Zool the gatekeeper?
Yes.
Was that the dogs?
Maybe that's it. I don't know. Zool.
Who was the dogs?
I think that's the gatekeeper. The key holder that was her. And she was a dog. A gargoyle
was the guy
dog.
Then? Who was Rick Moranis?
He was the key master.
What does that mean? Like, oh, you put the key inside the
gate. Not suitable for children.
Zool was the gatekeeper of Gozer.
Yes, and he was the key master.
And Vince Clortho was the key master.
Yes.
Oh,
I wasn't wrong.
I don't. Do you know how old I was when that movie came out?
I'm a little bird. I don't know anything about Ghostbusters. Anyways, and don't ever forget about following our podcast. Go the extra mile for us and just give us a rating of 5 stars because everything we do here is golden, and we know it. And we're going to show it.
Sounds like the most stuck up thing ever.
I'm not being serious, but we are gracious. We really support everyone who supported us, and you can ask all of our followers. We go the extra mile for them. and they go the extra mile for us. So if you could go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating, we'd appreciate it if you like what you hear. If not, then don't rate us.
Please just go away. You don't have to ever listen to us again.
You can just pay attention to us on social media or whatever place you are. But we appreciate all our listeners. Like we say every week, we want to get to the main meat and potatoes and close everything out. The Toy Fair review. The Toy Fair 2018 review. I'm going to take this from the same perspective as what we did last week with Emerald City Comic Con and just go down the list. What is our favorite pop line that was released last week? I'll start with you, Piper.
Oh my gosh. It's so much. It's like it's all of the things is what was released. It's so you're putting me on the spot.
How am I putting you on the spot? So I'll go ahead and say my favorite line. My favorite line is not based on what was released, although they did have great releases. Two of my favorite sketches or skits, but it's the Saturday Night Live. It's the potential, the potential
You stole it from me.
the potential of what that has to offer. There are so many good things that they could release just based on what they showed us. And the potential that exists tells me that that's my favorite line. So you can
That's a
agree
good
with me. That's
answer.
fine. There you go. So what
I
is
did.
our least favorite pop line?
Well, I didn't say what my favorite was.
I thought you said you agreed with me.
Well, I did, but I want to have a different answer. now.
Mommy's drinking her medicine right now and she wants to talk.
Shut up. All right. So I think this is hard for me. It really is. But alongside of what the same thing that you said with, I think the SNL pops are freaking awesome. But I think that if I had to pick something, it's probably going to be the Overwatch exclusives that were released. Just because that is probably the only line of pops that I have this urge where I'm like, I have to get every single one of these. It's a tie between that and then the WWE pops, because again, that's the only things that I'm like, I obsessively collect that I have to have everything of. So I think that would be that's my final answer, Alex Trebek.
Oh, there you go. That is your final answer. What is, I was trying to answer in the form of a question. What is Overwatch pops and WWE pops?
What is?
No, that you have to answer your answer.
Oh, I have to formulate it in the sense of a question.
Yeah, there you go. So I go, Piper's favorite pop line from Newark Toy Fair 2018. And then you go, doo-doo-doo. What is
WWE and Overwatch? And actually, let's ask that question at Cost Plus Shipping. If someone can get it right, I will send you something. I'll send you a pop.
It'll be like 2 quarters.
No, I'll send a pop.
Here's
I will
2
send-
quarters.
I'll legit send a pop.
All right. What was your least favorite pop line?
Okay, I have 2. And not because I really like genuinely dislike them, it's because I don't understand. And we talked about this already. I don't understand why they released Grease and Coming to America pops. And it's not that I like the Coming to America pops. I don't like the Grease pops. That's probably my least favorite. Like hardcore, I don't like them at all because they're just boring. But
Which
I don't
one?
understand-
The Grease ones?
Yeah, Grease.
Yeah, I don't get Grease either. I know a lot of people like it, but Coming to
But,
America,
like, it's
I
just
do
a
like.
weird, like, it's not like that. The movie came out forever ago. It is not like there's a new Grease coming out.
Yeah, but
Or there's a-
it's
they're not-
it's an
there's not a new
audience
Coming
for
to-
them.
Ah,
Think about it from
still-
Funko's perspective. They're like, how can we get a niche audience out there?
No, but
that
it's weird though. It's kind of like when they're like, "Hey, look at these Twin Peak pops." And I know and it's harder to say that because Twin Peaks has like a rabid fan base. And same with X-Files. Like there's a huge fan base to those. It's just weird releases.
yeah,
It's kind of just like out of nowhere, and it's just like, oh, okay, thanks. I remember that show. That was cool. Or like Golden Girls. That's another one that was like, oh, okay, thanks. I like B. Arthur. But no, especially like those are the two, Grease and Coming to America, are like the most like out of left field choices for a pop line that I could imagine.
I like the Coming to America ones, but I was gonna say that probably my least favorite pop. I I mean it's hard to choose from when you think about everything they release. And I would go further and say it doesn't necessarily have to be a pop for me because
Are you gonna say rock candy?
no, I don't. It's not rock candy. It's it's those little figures. They did the Mortal
Oh, the
Kombat
action
ones.
figures.
Yeah, and they've done a horror line with Jason and Freddy,
Mhm.
where they are almost like Conan the Barbarian, Jason and Freddy. But I mean, you would say that, and that's what I would try to point to. And I'm trying to think of pops that would stick out to me as something I'm really not looking forward to, and it doesn't.
What about Gossip Girl? That's a weird one.
Yeah, but I I want to say Nightmare Before Christmas because I just think they've beat it to death. But then
Totally.
again, at the end of the day, I want more of the Dragon Ball Z pops, as many as you can give me. So I'll never ever complain. If they did every single character on that show, I would be happy. So I can't. I don't. It's not fair for me to go. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not really into Jurassic Park stuff, but some of those pops are really cool too.
Yeah, it's really hard to say because everything that they announced was pretty cool in like some aspect, like one way or another, they were neat. Like I don't think that there was anything that they released that I was just like, oh, that is horrible. Like other than like I don't know why Funko's still making like keychains and like backpack hangers. That those
Well,
lines
they
are kind of like
well they
you could let
bought. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Like anything
you
that's
could let that die.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. I think I know exactly which one I could classify as my least favorite pop line that they released. And unfortunately, there may be fans out there. I mean, it's a movie that's coming out. It's a good book. A Wrinkle in Time. I don't get it. You know, maybe the movie will open something up for me. I thought that with the Dark Tower, I thought those pops were going to be popular, but then the movie ended up being garbage, like hot steaming garbage for people out there. And yeah, I'll just go with those two. That the Ring One Time is probably my least favorite because there's not a lot of things here that they released that I did not like. I mean, even the wrestling pop, I think they were lazy with Jake the Snake. I think that was a
They
lazy
just
chase.
changed the color of his pants and his snake, and
He-
it's just like barely. It's just like, oh, green to yellow. Technically, that's the same color.
And that's we termed that, right? The lazy chase.
That's the lazy chase, just like Gollum. Oh, you got a fish. You don't got a fish. Good job.
Okay, so and that's what I'll go with. I'll just stick with that. Rink One Time because I'm unfamiliar with it and it just doesn't look that collectible to me. Projected most collectible line. I'll take this one first. I'm going to go with Pee Wee's Playhouse because
Really?
yes, I think that they might offer some unique exclusives that come with that. Maybe a San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
I can see that. Yeah.
I think that that potentially could be the most collectible one out of this group. What do you say, Piper?
Man, I'm gonna go with the old standby Game of Thrones because right now Game of Thrones pops are blowing up. And with the last season like right around the corner, I could see those as especially the Daenerys in the Stone Throne. I could see that as being not as valuable as like the Iron Throne, but Game of Thrones, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to add a little tag onto this too. What do you think the hardest pop exclusive to get out of this is going to be? The hardest one to get?
It.
You're going to say it? I was going to say Walmart Diva.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get my hands on it because our WalMarts are the worst. We have like 6 pops and they're all Star Wars. Like every Walmart here. I don't know. I'm gonna end up having to pay for it, and I accept that because I will pay for an Overwatch pop. There's one I'm missing right now, and I'm getting ready to shell out the money on eBay just so I can get it before it's too late. So I 100% agree with you. I totally forgot about that. That will be the most difficult to get just because it has that Walmart sticker on it.
Yeah, those are ridiculously hard to get. So let's change gears and say, what is your favorite exclusive / chase pop? So I'm going to take this one first. I'm going to say my favorite chase pop that they're going to make, and it's close too. It is very close. But I'm going to side with the It and Georgie with missing his arm. And
That's the same exact one I was going to say.
The reason why I chose this is because my son, Noah, after we saw the movie and he saw that they were making It Pops, he said, Dad, you know what? I know I got a great idea for a chase. And I go, what do you mean, son? He goes, I got a great idea for a chase, Dad. He said, Georgie missing his arm as a chase, or Pennywise with Georgie's arm covered in blood. And they made both of them.
Both of them.
So it's kind of like a proud moment for a dad whose son loves to collect too. So I'm going to go with that's my favorite chase. What's your favorite chase, Piper?
You know what? I could do, I'll say either Georgie with, they're both It. So Georgie with a missing arm or Beverly, just because I like blood splattered pops. Like that's just like, oh, that's a nice like way to go with your chase because it's just more, I don't know, more graphic and more interesting. So I agree with those. Did you know, this is kind of interesting. A lot of comic book shops will do guaranteed chase bundles where you can, you get everything in the series and then you're guaranteed to get a specific chase. I know places like, I can't think of anybody that does it right now, but so I was looking. So most of the series that offer a chase, they're like, I don't know, like $50, $60, and you get everything in the series. It's like usually 5-6 things, and then you're guaranteed the chase. I was looking on a few comic book shops. I'm not going to say their names, but to get Georgie and the guaranteed chase, just 2 pops, it's $65 already.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy. So that we're talking about valuable. That would be my runner up for the most valuable is that chase. And I don't know why, like that specific one, because there's another one from that series, but you can get all the rest of that pops and Beverly, the Beverly chase, I think for like $70, which is crazy.
Wow. I would say with Beverly, what I'd like to see them do is completely blood out the front screen. So you can't see her, maybe through a little tiny hole, just like the scene in the movie where everything like inside of the box is all blood. How cool would that be? Like just red the inside of the box. And maybe put a little peephole so you can see her face. Like she rubs off. Remember when she rubs off the mirror? So you're like looking at her through the mirror. How cool would that be? Come on.
That would be legit, man.
That would. I mean, I know they made the box already, but whatever. So I'm going to go with your favorite exclusive. I'm going to let you go first, Piper.
My favorite exclusive is probably going to be
Diva.
No, it's not, because to me, that's a lazy one too, because it's just blue. It's the same as the pink one. It's just she's blue. I think I don't know. I think it's probably going to be the David S. Pumpkin Funko shop exclusive with the 2 skeleton dancers.
Oh, wow.
That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite exclusive. That one, or it might be Sombra. It's a Hot Topic exclusive. No, it's David S. Pumpkin, because that's like one of my favorite SNL skits anyway. And the fact that it's in a 3-pack, that's my favorite exclusive.
My favorite exclusive is the glow in the dark Hot Topic exclusive Hades.
Oh, which one? The chase or the normal?
The chase.
All right.
So it kind of fits both of the things in this category, but still.
Yeah.
So we want to hear what you guys think. What are you excited about this year? 2018 looks like another good year for Funko. They got great products. Last year when they released their Toy Fair stuff, I wasn't as excited as I am this year. It seems like they've really played their cards well with all of their exclusives and their lines, because they're shooting Disney here. A lot of Disney pops are coming out. Very popular. Overwatch, we got a lot of popular themes, a couple not so popular themes, but I still think, even though Piper doesn't like the grease thing and I don't like the grease thing, there's an audience for that. And they're trying to grab that audience. So I would say if I rated this from 1 to 10 this year on everything that they released, I give Funko a solid 8.5 on what they put out this year. And I'm excited to see myself. So if you guys want to contact us, tell us what you think, tell us what your favorite pops are, hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance, our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/Pop Collectors Alliance. Go there, join the group. Start a discussion. That's what we want to hear. Twitter and Instagram at Pop Alliance Pod, or just email us direct on our website, info@popcollectorsalliance.com. We want to hear from you, and I'm excited because Emerald City Comic Con is next week, and there's big things on the horizon with this Patreon, everything that's coming up, and we want to close out this episode with our Q&A segment. And this is where you guys can ask us questions. We can ask you guys questions every week and just get some fan interaction. And I think, Piper, you have a few questions from the fans today, so we'll go ahead and take that off.
Yes, we have fan questiones for us. The first one we have is from our good friend Jimmy. He wanted to know, did we get any of the Walmart exclusives that came out the other day?
Yes, we did. Yes,
we had to team up on that. Are we going to say what we got?
Yeah.
Or is that like a secret?
I'll put a little tiny hint out there for mine and say that he's a villain. He is in the animation realm. But I did get some for our listeners and followers for our next Cosplay Shipping Live event, which is animation themed. And I had you guys all in my mind when I was able to purchase these. It was very hard to get because they were up and down in 10 seconds. And that's all I'm going to say. But you could probably
up
put
and down, round and round.
And everywhere we go. Piper, What did you get?
I also got a character. It is from a movie, and I don't want to say it because it will be a giveaway.
So thank you for your question, Jimmy.
Question is, are we excited for some of the Target exclusives finally being available for Emerald City Comic Con as they have not been in the past?
Online, right?
Yes, online. Sorry, online available. So just Yondu. That's the one.
Yeah, it's the Yondu. You heard us announce a couple things this week about some of the not so open shared exclusives that Funko's coming out with. I'm wondering if there's going to be maybe a handful of these. I know there's always some at the con that they don't announce, but I'm wondering if there's a smaller subset of these. I don't know. But I am glad
there's going to be like a secret Target exclusive that's like a in-store only, maybe.
Kind of like the one.
We could say it because it's been made public.
No. I can't think of their name now. John Raffio and
Tom Haverford.
Tom Haverford.
From Parks and Rec.
What was the name of their company? I cannot remember it.
Prestige Entertainment Worldwide. 720.
Prestige Worldwide.
It's Prestige Worldwide. Boats and hosts, sir.
Yeah. Entertainment 720.
Yeah,
because you go around twice. So, anyways, there might be a plethora of these items that are going to be available. So, thanks for your question. We are glad that it's online. What's the last question?
The last question, which we've answered this one before, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there. Which Emerald City Comic Con pops are we most excited for?
And who asked that?
That's an easy one. That would be from a new listener named Chris.
All right, Chris. So what am I most excited about? I'm going to say easy. Chrome Batman. Emerald Chrome Batman, hands down. Maybe Bigfoot is a second, or let me scratch that. Second is Scott Pilgrim.
That's true.
Like the slow.
I just say because Sean's not going to get it now.
Mr. Piper.
I think that mine are definitely going to be for like in-store exclusives. It's the Giant White, and for stuff that hopefully Ricky can get me, it's going to be the Sasquatch.
Sam Squanch. For my Trailer Park Boys. Well, thank you guys for the questions. We want to keep this up. We'll get it out there a little earlier next week so we can gather some of these questions and do a good Q&A segment. And then follow us on Patreon. Become a patron.
Follow us on Patreon with your money.
Yes, exactly. There you go. You can become a patron, and we'll do lots of these Q&As. We'll have tons of rewards. I don't want to get into it because I've done it so many times.
We'll have a video out tomorrow. You guys can check out on our Facebook page and in the group. So maybe hopefully that'll answer all of your patronage, money donating, cool thing getting questions.
So we were a bit long-winded this episode, and I said, this episode's got to be short. And I'm looking down at my clock right now, and it says an hour and 17 minutes. So I don't know how much I'm going to cut out of it. But be rest assured, everything that I cut out, patrons, you will be able to find. So, and I want to leave everyone with this one thought. There was something that released this week that I'm kind of bummed that I didn't know about. And it was Fugitive Toys is throwing like a Funko fan party at ECCC, and I did not get invited. I mean, I didn't get a ticket. It sold out instantly, and I didn't get in there, and I emailed them, and they were nice. They're like, sorry, we sold out all the tickets for this event. Unfortunately, we can't give you one. I wish I could, Fugitive Toys.
Is there not like a wait list you can get on?
No, there's no wait list at all. It's even on Eventbrite too, and there was no wait list. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to get into this. I would have loved to have been able to get into this, but I won't. I'm not upset because I got HQ to go to. I got lots of things to do. Hook up with the super fan Jimmy up there. Can't wait to see you. Hopefully we get some good things at HQ and the convention. I want to be tweeting, Instagramming, putting Flat Piper everywhere, in places he shouldn't be.
Whoa.
Not on me, but just out there in the world.
No, definitely don't put it on other people.
Trash cans, dumpsters.
Oh, dumpsters. Okay, yes, please put me in the dumpster.
with the hobo bus.
In that wet Seattle dumpster.
Yummy.
My whole self.
All right, everyone. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. Next week is going to be like a special Emerald City Comic-Con episode. I'll be able to record it from there, so the audio quality might not be top-notch next week, but hey, we're going to still bring you content. I want to talk about everything that's going on there. It'll probably release a little bit later because I'll probably record it on Friday, edit it Saturday night, and release it on Sunday. Just a drop. I want to be able to get enough content to talk about it, so I don't want to record it Friday and say, hey, guess what I did? I walked around the convention hall today. That was really great. Haven't been to HQ yet. See you guys next week. No, I want to give you guys the content. So look for the episode to release late next week on Sunday. Until next time, my friends, I'm Rick.
I'm Piper.
And you're leaving the no flip zone. Good night.
Later.
I love you.